Hello, and a very warm welcome back to our peaceful space. Thank you so much for carving out some of your precious time to be with us today.
Yes, a very warm welcome to absolutely everyone listening. Before we even begin to talk about our topic today, we just want to pause for a moment and say a massive, genuine thank you to all of you.
We really do. We have been reading through the comments you leave, the personal stories you share with us about your daily lives, and the kindness you show to each other in the comments section. It truly means the world to us.
It really is incredible. When we read a message saying, I listened to your voices while I was walking to my office in Tokyo, or I listened to you while I was cooking dinner for my family in Brazil, it reminds us that we are part of a massive, beautiful global family.
We are a family sharing completely different time zones, different weather, different languages, and probably different cups of coffee or tea, but we are all here together in this quiet corner of the internet.
Exactly. So if you find comfort and value in what we do, please take one quick second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share it with a friend who is also on their English journey. Learning a language feels so much lighter and easier when you do not do it alone.
And as a quick reminder for anyone who is new to our community, this episode is designed carefully for intermediate learners, right around the B1 or B2 level. If you are not a beginner anymore, but you are not quite advanced yet, you have found the perfect place to practice.
And if you are a strong beginner, please stay right here with us. Do not stress or panic if you miss a word or a sentence. Just relax your shoulders, take a deep breath, and let the English wash over you like a gentle, calming river.
Exactly. Just take the words you do understand, enjoy the stories we tell, and let your brain do all the heavy lifting in the background.
All right, Emma, let us dive deep into today's topic. I want to ask you a very specific question. Have you ever looked at a calendar or celebrated a birthday and felt a sudden, heavy panic in your chest?
Oh, absolutely. I know that exact feeling. It's a very specific type of panic. It feels like you missed a massive, life-changing deadline, but you don't even know what the deadline was.
Yes, it's the heavy, exhausting feeling that it is simply too late. The feeling that you have missed your one big chance in life. The train has left the station and your time has run out completely.
People feel this heavy pressure about so many different things. They think, it's too late to change my boring career. It's too late to learn a complex language like English. It's too late to find true love or to move to a completely new country and start fresh.
We look around at other people on social media who seem so incredibly successful, wealthy, and settled in their lives, and we think to ourselves, I'm too far behind. The race is already over, and I lost.
And that's exactly what we are going to untangle and discuss today. We're going to talk about exactly why we feel this invisible, crushing pressure, and how to realize that it's truly never, ever too late to change your life.
This is a conversation about hope, about letting go of fear, and about giving yourself permission to start again. So Emma, where does this terrible pressure actually come from? Who is standing there telling us that we are too late?
I firmly believe that society hands us a fake timeline the moment we are born. It's like a strict, rigid menu with expiration dates printed on every single item.
A fake timeline. That's a brilliant and very accurate way to describe it.
Yes, society tells you a very specific story. It says you must graduate from university by the time you are 22. You must find your perfect high-paying career by 25. You must buy a beautiful house by 30 and have your entire life completely figured out before you turn 35.
And if you do not follow that exact rigid schedule, society makes you feel like a broken machine. It makes you feel expired, useless, like a carton of old milk in the refrigerator that nobody wants.
Exactly. We feel like everyone else in the world was given the correct, secret map to navigate life, and we somehow lost our copy. We feel completely lost in the woods.
But the absolute truth is, that map is completely invented. It does not exist in nature. It is a man-made concept. Let me share a personal story about this exact feeling of being trapped by the timeline.
Please do, Henry. I always love your stories.
I have a very dear friend named Thomas. Thomas worked as a corporate insurance agent for 25 long years. He was very good at his job. He made a very comfortable salary. He wore a nice suit every day, but he was entirely miserable inside. He hated sitting in a gray office looking at spreadsheets all day.
So he had the money and the stability, but he felt completely stuck in a life he did not actively choose.
Completely stuck. But he stayed in that office for years because he thought to himself, I'm 50 years old. It is way too late to change my life now. I have already invested 25 years into this insurance career. I cannot just throw it all away and start from nothing.
That is such a common and heartbreaking fear. In psychology, they actually call that the sunk cost fallacy. You stay in a bad situation, like a bad job or a bad relationship, just because you have already spent a massive amount of time on it.
Exactly. You feel like you owe your past self something. But one day, for Thomas, the emotional pain of staying exactly the same became much worse than the fear of changing. So, at 50 years old, Thomas quit his safe corporate job, took his savings, and opened a tiny, beautiful neighborhood bakery.
Oh, wow, that is incredibly brave. What did the people around him say when he quit?
Oh, the invisible jury was very loud. Some of his colleagues told him he was absolutely crazy. They said he was ruining a perfectly good life by starting from scratch at his age. They told him he was going to fail.
Starting from scratch means starting completely from zero, with absolutely nothing.
Yes, but Thomas told me something over a cup of coffee that I will literally never forget. He looked at me, smiled, and said, Henry, I am not starting from scratch. I am starting from experience.
Oh my goodness, I just got goosebumps. I am starting from experience. That reframes the entire situation beautifully.
It really does. He did not waste 25 years in that office. He took his amazing organizational skills, his professional customer service experience, and his extreme discipline from the insurance world, and he applied all of those invisible tools to running his new bakery.
That's the secret. You never actually lose your past years. Every single thing you have done, even the mistakes, is just building the solid foundation for your next chapter.
Exactly. You are just bringing a full suitcase to a new destination. Emma, have you ever felt that intense feeling of being too late to start something entirely new?
Oh, definitely. I experienced this fear in a very embarrassing way a few years ago, when I decided I suddenly wanted to learn how to play the cello.
The cello. For our listeners who might not know, that is a very large, complex, and beautiful string instrument. You play it while sitting down.
It is. I was in my early 30s and I just fell in absolute love with the deep, sad sound of it. But everyone knows the societal rule, right? You're supposed to learn classical musical instruments when you're 4 years old.
That is the strong stereotype. Society says classical music is only for tiny children who can practice for 10 hours a day and become prodigies.
Exactly. So I walked into the local music school in my town for my very first lesson, carrying this giant, heavy wooden instrument on my back. And I walked into the waiting room, and I had to sit in a tiny plastic chair next to 5 children who were 7 years old.
Oh no! Did you feel the invisible jury judging you in that waiting room?
The invisible jury was screaming at me. I felt entirely ridiculous. I sat there thinking, what am I doing here? My hands are not flexible anymore. My adult brain is too old and tired to learn how to read sheet music. I'm a grown woman sitting in a tiny chair meant for a child. I was so embarrassed, I almost stood up and walked out the door.
But you stayed. I know you, and I know you stayed. Why did you decide to stay?
I stayed because I realized I was carrying the completely wrong map in my head. I was not trying to become a professional, world-famous musician. I was not trying to play in the national orchestra. I wasn't competing with those talented 7-year-olds.
So what was your actual personal goal?
My goal was just to be able to make beautiful, relaxing sounds in my own living room on a rainy Sunday afternoon. I wanted to do it for my own joy, for my own peace, not for a career or an audience. Once I realized that, the pressure vanished. I gave myself total, complete permission to be a bad beginner.
Giving yourself permission to be a bad beginner is one of the most powerful, liberating things a human being can do. It requires so much humility and so much courage to say, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to try anyway.
It really does. And to our wonderful listeners sitting with us right now, maybe your cello is learning English.
Yes, maybe you are sitting in a language class or listening to this exact podcast on the train, and you feel frustrated because you think, I should have learned this language when I was a teenager in high school. My brain is too tired now. I am too old to memorize vocabulary.
If you feel that heavy weight today, we want you to take that fake timeline, that fake map that society handed you, and mentally throw it into a hot fire. Let it burn to ashes.
We desperately need to stop looking at life as a short, panicked race where everyone is competing for first place, and start looking at it more like a massive, beautiful wild garden.
A wild garden. That is a wonderful, comforting metaphor, Henry. Let us explore that a little bit more.
Think about it. In a beautiful garden, not all the flowers bloom at the exact same time. If they did, the entire garden will be completely dead and brown by the middle of summer.
That is so true. You have the bright spring flowers like tulips or daffodils that bloom very early. They're loud, colorful, and successful right at the beginning of the year.
Those early flowers represent the people who find their ultimate passion, their perfect career, and their massive success in their 20s, and society claps for them very loudly. But there are other beautiful plants, like the autumn crocus, that wait quietly underground. They wait until the weather gets cold and the year is almost over before they finally show their incredible, vibrant colors.
So those people are the late bloomers.
Exactly. A late bloomer is someone who finds their true path, their real success, or their deepest happiness later in life than most other people.
Being a late bloomer is a magnificent, beautiful thing. You are not delayed, you are not broken. You are simply taking your time to grow a much deeper, much stronger root system underground where nobody could see it.
Yes, you needed more time to gather your experiences, your wisdom, and your strength. So if you're starting a new business or starting to learn English at 40, 50, or 70 years old, you are simply blooming in your correct, perfect season.
You are absolutely not behind schedule because it is your own personal schedule. You are right on time.
So, practically speaking, how do we actually make the change? When the mountain feels too high and the fears too strong, how do we take that very first step without feeling completely overwhelmed?
The real secret is to shrink the change. Make it incredibly, almost ridiculously small. Do not wake up on a Monday and say, I am going to completely change my entire life, my job, and my city today. That is terrifying.
It is completely paralyzing. Your brain was shut down from the fear.
Instead, take a leap of faith into a tiny, microscopic action. A leap of faith means doing something brave even though you are scared and you do not know what the final result will be.
But make it a small leap. If you want to change careers like my friend Thomas, do not quit your secure job tomorrow morning. Just spend 10 minutes on the internet reading an article about a new industry you find interesting.
If your big dream is to learn English and speak fluently, do not go to the bookstore and buy 5 heavy, expensive grammar books. That will only cause anxiety. Just commit to listening to one 10-minute podcast while you drink your morning tea.
Small, gentle steps protect you from panic. They whisper to your anxious brain, we are safe. We are not doing anything dangerous. We are just exploring a little bit. And before you know it, you've walked a mile.
You will eventually figure it out. You do not need to know the exact ending of the story to simply turn the page to the next chapter.
Turn the page. I love that image. Well, Emma, speaking of turning the page, I think it is time for our favorite section. It's time for our Calm Word Tour.
This truly is my favorite part of the episode. This is where we slow down our pace even more and take a gentle, calm walk through some of the stronger, more complex vocabulary we use today.
You do not need a notebook or a pen. Just relax your mind, listen to the definitions, and let the meaning of the English connect with the stories we just shared with you.
Our first phrase today is fake timeline.
A fake timeline. A timeline is a physical schedule or a list of events. So a fake timeline is the imaginary invisible schedule that society creates, telling you exactly when you should achieve major things like marriage, buying a house, or starting a career.
For example, you could say, she stopped worrying about turning 30 years old because she finally realized society's expectations were just a fake timeline. Fake timeline.
Next, we use the excellent phrase, to start from scratch.
To start from scratch. This means to begin a completely new project, a new business, or a new phase in life from the very beginning, with absolutely no advantage, no money, or no previous preparation. It is like making a cake without using a pre-made mix.
For instance, when his computer crashed unexpectedly, he lost his entire novel and had to start writing the book from scratch. Or, after moving to a new country, they had to start their lives from scratch. Start from scratch.
Then we talked about a very beautiful concept, a late bloomer.
A late bloomer. A bloomer is a flower opening up to the sun. So a late bloomer is a person whose natural talents, career success, or true personality develop much later in life than is considered usual by society.
For example, the famous actor was a true late bloomer. He did not get his first major Hollywood role until he was 55 years old. Or, do not worry if you haven't found your passion yet, you might just be a late bloomer. Late bloomer.
We also discussed the terrible emotional feeling of being stuck.
To feel stuck. This is the deep emotional feeling that you are completely trapped in a bad situation, unable to move forward, unable to change your circumstances, or unable to escape.
For instance, after working for 5 years in the exact same boring job, he began to feel completely stuck in his career. Or she felt stuck in the heavy traffic and missed her appointment. Feel stuck.
Next is the very brave phrase, leap of faith.
A leap of faith. This means taking a major risk or doing something very brave when you cannot be entirely sure that it will be successful. You have no proof it will work, but you are trusting the process and yourself.
For example, moving to a foreign country without knowing a single word of the language was a huge leap of faith for her. Or, quitting his job to start a bakery was a leap of faith. Leap of faith.
And finally, we use the useful phrase, to figure it out.
To figure it out. This means to gradually find a solution to a difficult problem or to finally understand a confusing situation after spending time thinking about it.
For instance, the new computer software is very complicated at first, but don't worry, you will figure it out with a little bit of daily practice. Or, we don't know how to fix the car yet, but we'll figure it out together. Figure it out.
Excellent. That completes our calm word tour for today. Just a gentle, slow stroll through some very powerful English expressions.
And please remember, you absolutely do not need to memorize everything you heard today. You can always replay this vocabulary section, pause the audio, and repeat the words out loud in your room.
Try to choose just one single word or phrase that truly resonated with your heart today, and try to use it in your mind.
You can even use it to build a small sentence about your own life right now. For example, you could say, I'm taking a leap of faith with my English learning this year. Or, I'm very proud to call myself a late bloomer.
If you write a sentence like that, we will see it, and we will be quietly cheering for you from our side of the screen.
Because leaving a comment in English is a real brave step forward. It shows you are not hiding anymore.
So our gentle final reminder for you today is this. It is never, ever too late to start over. It's not too late for your career, it's not too late for your hidden passions, and it's definitely not too late for your happiness.
Every single day the sun rises, you have a brand new, beautiful opportunity. One tiny step counts. One single message, one new podcast episode, one new positive thought.
That's already a fresh start.
We would absolutely love to hear from you today. Please tell us in the comments, what is one thing you're starting late in life and why are you excited about it? Write your sentence and share a piece of your beautiful autumn garden with us.
If this episode helped you feel a little less pressured and a little more peaceful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and come back to visit our quiet space next time.
Take very good care of yourselves this week.
Trust your own timeline. And remember, you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. I am Henry.
And I am Emma. We will see you next time.